Located in the heart of West Des Moines is a collective of 5 home brewers come brewmasters. This is Twisted Vine Brewing. They perfected their craft in the side room of Twisted Vine Winery, producing beers that had to be tasted to be believed. With a dream in their hearts and recipes in hand, our frothy compadres made the decision to move from St. Charles to West Des Moines, quickly establishing themselves as a cornerstone of Iowa craft beer. We sat down with TVB to drink their beer and hear their story, but mostly to drink their beer.
Hey everybody, welcome back to a very special episode of Now That's What I Call Beer. I'm your host James.
And I'm Jeff.
And we're sitting here with quite a bit of the people from Twisted Vine. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
Sure. Jason Garrett, managing partner and brewer at Twisted Vine Brewery.
Steve Becker, ditto.
Paul Galloway, same.
Brian Savis, same.
Kat Bohey, taproom manager, events coordinator, HR. I wear many hats.
How did you guys go from being home brewers to starting a business like this?
We're going to point right down to him first.
This guy right here. Tell us a little bit about it.
So a friend of mine owns Madison County Winery, and he always wanted beer down at his facility. He's got a nice facility in St. Charles, about 4 miles west. And he was always saying, you know, as soon as this law changes, we want to have beer there. And it's like, okay, whatever. I'm still a home brewer. The day it changed, he called me and said, "You guys interested?" And he had a space taped out. It was like Les Nessman's office.
Very small.
We had 200 square feet.
200. Wow.
200 square feet.
To brew beer.
Right. Brew beer, and he took us down there and showed it to us, and it's like, "Can you guys make it happen here?" And I took Becker and Bremen down there, and it's like, well, it's going to be tough, but I think we can do that. So we did it, and we started there with a 1-barrel system back in 2011.
Oh wow.
2011.
Yeah.
We like to think of ourselves at the time as the biggest brewery on the planet, given the square footage.
So when did the decision come to get your own tap room then, and to expand brewing?
Well, that's always been a dream, hasn't it? But yeah, conversations with other brewers that really cemented the deal for us. We knew that we must do that. But when we noticed that we needed to relocate because of our size restrictions that we had, it was a given that we would have a tasting room.
A tasting room is obviously something you really need because it's retail, which we couldn't do down there. We were wholesale only.
Okay.
So we were selling to the winery at wholesale prices, and it was a good business, but it was almost a glorified hobby because you really couldn't take that next step until you could go retail, which we could do here.
And how many beers do you guys brew? How many do you have on tap that are your own?
Yeah, so I mean that's one thing that makes us unique from a lot of other breweries in Iowa is at any given time we could have up to 23 of our own brews on tap.
23.
And we're looking to expand 10 to 15 tap handles, which will allow some more guest beers, but also allow more of our own beers on tap.
Right.
And so we continue to explore other options for brews, and we'll continue to expand that.
Wow.
It's part of the pleasure of having this brew house, this brewing system, is our ability to, and we've never really relaxed on our innovation and creativity when it comes to brewing. And it's kind of a little bit of a catch-22 because we gotta supply the beers that people expect, but we all want to innovate, we all want to try new things, and so it's like, you know, your tug of war when it comes to that.
What would you say the most popular beers are here? Like, what do people come here for when they think of Twisted Vine?
We know that.
Well, I can tell you what the most popular beer that people come in and order, but the whole reasoning behind the people ordering this one so much is just because a lot of it has to do with the taste. I mean, yeah, we have a growing crowd of craft beer connoisseurs, but you know, you still have that big macro brew crowd, and those are the people that are walking in the door for the first time and being like, there's 25 beers on tap, oh no, where do I start? But I always like to say there's no such thing as too many choices, always such thing as indecision. for us, our big seller is the Twisted Blonde, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that the Twisted Blonde is a very good introductory beer, but it doesn't skimp on flavor. So it's got this beautiful, beautiful Belgian blonde flavor. But if what you like to drink is lighter beers, or like the macro brews, so like, you know, Coors Light, et cetera, it's going to be a beer that gets you into the craft beer world. So I will have people walk in the door and be like, okay, what do I get? Throw them a Twisted Blonde, they're just like, all right, I'm good, thanks, this is awesome.
The Belgian Blonde is the flagship beer. That's the first beer that Twisted Vine Brewery brewed. And that is the beer that has been the mainstay for our brewery. But on top of that, we have the Westtown IPA, which is comparable in sales to the Belgian Blonde. And that is all late edition hop beer. It's a fruity, aromatic IPA. And it's one of those beers that I get people coming into the brewery that say, I don't like IPAs, but I'll hand them the Westtown IPA, and I'm like, try this. And they will try that. And they're like, I like that beer.
Oh, wow, that's quite
We
the
sell
accomplishment.
a lot of that beer. Those two beers right there, those are our two mainstay beers.
Well, while we're talking about beer, what's everyone drinking?
Yeah, what do you guys got?
Great question.
You want to start at that end?
Yeah, start down there.
I'm actually drinking the Kolsch.
Yeah, it's a never before beer ever been
Yeah.
brewed by us.
Kolsch here.
Curbside Kolsch.
Nice.
The Cat Bocula.
Hey!
Another lager.
With Doppelbock.
Happens to be named after your cat.
Yeah.
Twisted Citra.
I got the Citra as well. Beautiful. It's
Like
amazing.
a Cat Bocula, yes. Very
Good
delicious.
beer.
Yeah.
That was the first vodka we've ever brewed too.
That's
Really,
right.
you
Another
guys did an
first ever.
excellent job.
Thanks.
So with all of you guys being brewers, are there certain beers that you guys stick to, like you only do IPAs and you do ales, or do you guys like collaborate together all together to make a beer?
You know what's been fun about that is that we all trust each other's brewing abilities, and from a homebrew perspective, we've all brewed for a decent amount of time, and so it could be anything where we talk about it and we collaborate, or it could be, hey, here's the recipe, let's go with it. And we did that a few times. I mean, the last few beers we've done have been that way.
Steve's got a real good nut brown.
Oh, yeah.
Both Sabus and I worked on the Cat Bocula. So we've had a variety of beers that are new beers to us that we're starting to bring on. We're going to continue to do that. The experimental batch of the Double Diablo, an Imperial Red IPA. That was a 10-gallon batch that we started out with, and it turned out so great. Jason and I brewed a full batch of it, and it turned out good.
With experimental hops too, so it was fun. It was the
experimental
same
hops.
Diablo base, but then we just doubled it and added in some of the experimental hops. And we've even brewed the beer out of the hose. We have 5. So we have 5 gallons
Twisted
of beer.
Hose beer.
Yeah, we call it the
Hose.
Twisted Hose service. So it was good. It turned out good. So we have exactly 5 gallons of wort left over in the hose from the brew house to the fermenter. And so we dumped it in a bucket, threw some yeast in, and it turned out great.
Where do you guys see yourself in the next 3 to 5 years? Where do you guys want to be?
Like a further distribution or like canning?
Yeah, we want to focus on canning for a couple of reasons. One, that cans don't break, and
It's true.
and two, beer in cans don't get light struck, and beer in any kind of glass bottle gets light struck and deteriorates the quality of the beer. So quality of the beer will be maintained in can much longer.
Okay.
And cans have gotten a lot better. It used to be people talked about, oh, there's all this tinny taste and
tinniness,
everything
yeah.
else.
That's all gone.
That's not an issue today. And so canning becomes much more appealing to us.
Just to add to that, though, is that we don't expect our beer to sit on a shelf for very long.
Sure.
No.
So a bottle and doing a 20-ounce bombers is something I can see us doing as well as an interim solution. And then we're not opposed to buying into a certain technology and then having its lifespan and then replacing it with something else. So that's we're very, again, innovative when it comes to that and open to what's available to us on
So how far do you
market.
think in the future do you see yourselves doing that? like getting a canning system?
I can say I have about 3 or 4 quotes in now. We always plan ahead and do the planning at least a couple years out, and so we're evaluating canning lines and all that now. We're planning for that, but also we have enough capacity with our glycol chiller to expand it almost double, if not a little more.
My vision 5 to 7 years from now is we're starting to explore outside the state of Iowa, and we're looking at an off-site production facility that would be more industrial based, that would be large scale, and would be able to service within the Midwest.
And the thing is, we were thrilled to get this, and we can expand significantly back there. Like Paul said, we have room for more fermenters, but that would not serve out of state. We don't have that capacity yet. But we could significantly expand our in-state distribution.
Starts by in-state. We get to a point where we go out of state. Who knows? Maybe we go international and we export. That's a vision that's way out there.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers. So walking into this place, I saw a flyer on the door. It said that this is a veteran-owned. Tell me a little bit more about that.
We are a veteran-owned business. 3 of the 5 partners are veterans. We had 2 individuals that served in the Army, 1 in the Marine Corps, and we're proud of that. And so we've got a sign, a little sticker. When you walk in the door, you can see it post on the window when you walk in that we are a veteran-owned business.
And veterans get a discount here.
Oh, excellent.
Yes,
So
they do.
all they have to do is self-identify, and we give them the discount. So we'd add to that too. Then all EMTs, emergency medical technicians, and firemen,
Police
also,
officers,
police officers are
law
included in
enforcement.
that.
That's incredible.
The public servants, we want to recognize and reward their contributions. to society.
Absolutely. That's a great way to build community. Who served?
I did. I served in the Marine Corps. I served in the first Gulf War in Operation Desert Shield and Operation Desert Storm.
Thank you.
Wow, that's
I was
incredible.
infantry.
Wow.
That's amazing. And now you're back here and you're brewing beer.
I'm brewing beer.
You're
Over
having a
20
great
years
time
ago, I
doing
had
it.
a dream of owning a brewery, and here I am today.
And now you're living your dream.
Yeah, I'm living a dream. Absolutely.
That's awesome.
That's what America's about, right?
Absolutely.
And I was in the Army. I was in the military police corps, and I served during peacetime.
Same here.
But you
Army,
still serve.
medic, peacetime.
Wow. Well, thank you guys all for your
thank you
service.
guys for doing. That's
Still
amazing.
quite
Absolutely.
a sacrifice.
What do you guys feel about
Ask each
this
other.
this certain revival of this craft beer coming out? Like, you see all of these new microbreweries popping up here and there.
I mean, in Iowa alone, there's over 70 breweries.
Drink to that.
There's
Yeah, we're up
tons
to 75 and growing.
and tons of them just popping up out of nowhere. Do you guys feel that's a good thing, a bad thing?
Great thing.
Great.
Oh, it's absolutely
Great.
a great thing.
Fantastic.
3 thumbs up.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah,
so
we're
the
absolutely
more the
pumped about
merrier.
it. More the merrier.
We are still,
the
Iowa
merrier.
as a state is still underserved as far as
Absolutely.
breweries per capita. I mean, we got a lot of room to grow here.
You can go around Des Moines and find Starbucks all over the place, right?
Oh, sure.
All over. Just a Starbucks.
Yeah.
That excludes all the other coffee shops that are in town. So I had a good friend of mine that was in town. He now lives in Denver, Colorado. I brought in a partner at a firm he works for here to the brewery. And we sat down and had a couple of pints and talked about craft beer. And obviously, Colorado has a lot of craft breweries there. And his partner said, when we had a brewery on every other corner in Denver, I thought, no way can we have any more. And he goes, I was wrong.
Whoa.
I was wrong. That's where Iowa's at, except much more spread out.
Yeah,
We
absolutely. You guys are
tons,
spread out.
We have
I
tons
mean-
more growth, and the community that you have, which is a little bit different than other states. The community you got in Iowa to help each other and support each other to grow and promote craft beer in Iowa is extremely important and unique. It's going to continue to help us grow.
Kat was talking about this earlier. We had a conversation about the community that Iowa Beer fosters together with everybody,
Right.
between breweries.
So for at least from my own personal experience and from what I have seen, it's been, you want to get your brand out there, but that is not the primary goal. The primary goal of the Iowa craft brewers is to make Iowa craft beer. It is to make Iowa stand out, and it is to work together. One of the things that really sets Iowa apart, in my opinion, is the fact that it's you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, and in the end, it's the drinkers, it's the craft beer fans, it's Iowa that's going to win, it's Iowa that's going to stand out. And I think, to me, that is what I have seen all of the breweries in Des Moines and Iowa really, really working to do.
Absolutely. You see it with the amount of guest taps that people have. Just the concept of guest taps in general. It's like, let's get, our compatriots beers out there as well. And it's just an excellent piece of community that we, as beer drinkers, get to enjoy.
There is more women going into brewing and stuff like that. That's
You get different, I love the fact that you're now getting women and female dominated craft beer groups.
Well, there's
Barley's Angels.
Dominated might not be the right word.
P3 is a female.
Yeah, and New Glarus also.
New Glarus.
Yeah.
Over in Wisconsin.
Yep.
New Glarus has got real good beer. You go down to 515, our brothers over in Clive, and Barb over there.
Barb Becker.
She is the Barb Becker, not related, but Barb Becker is the head brewer over at 515, and she does an awesome job there. So we're going to continue to see that, I think, expand.
So one thing that I don't think that we ever even said yet at all, where are you guys located?
Oh.
Give us an address.
Oh yeah. Give us that pitch.
3320 West Town Parkway, West Des Moines, Iowa.
He has that memorized.
I've noticed.
And when are you guys open?
When do we open?
Yeah.
Okay, so Wednesdays and Thursdays we are open from 4 until 10.
Okay.
Fridays and Saturdays we are open noon until 11. I usually roll in about 11, so the hours merge together. And then on Sundays we are open from 2 until 8. We are on Facebook.
Let her handle this.
I'm out.
Remember how I said I have many hats? This is one of them. So we are on Facebook at Twisted Vine Brewery. We are also on Untappd as the same thing as Twisted Vine Brewery. We are on Instagram and Twitter as @Twisted Vine Brew, all one word. So we are also on Yelp. And obviously we've got our website, twistedvinebrewery.com.
Well, excellent. Thank you guys so much for inviting us here, letting us drink your beers, eat your pizzas, pick your brains for a little bit.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Thanks for coming, man. Prost.
Yeah, Prost.
Wish I had a full beer, but
Bring it over there.
He'll get some.
Stay frothy.